Well, I'm getting a little older now, so when you get older, you got more stories to tell. So I'm gonna share a quick story here. Back when I was a kid, well, just turning 17 in America, we're pretty happy when we get our first car. Now I'm in the Philippines now, and a lot of people don't have vehicles, but they get their first motorbike, their motorcycle, a motor. They call them motors. But when I got my first car, that was a big thing, and it had a really powerful engine. My dad passed it on to me, and he got a nicer car, and he passed me the old car, an Oldsmobile, four-barrel carburetor engine, and that car was fast. And I liked speed back then. I was really foolish, and I drove that car really fast sometimes. I even did what's called donuts. You push the gas pedal down, and you turn the wheel one way, and the car will spin in a circle, and the smoke goes up from the tire. And I did that. Thank God I didn't have an accident, but I did have police chase me one time, and I got away from him. I had my basketball teammate next to me, and he said I had a nickname. He said, "I didn't know you could drive like that." And but I was zigzagging down this dirt road and everything, and stupid things we did when we were younger, But there's a saying that I'm my own man, Whatever I want to do, that's what I do, And then there's this song by Frank Sinatra, people sing it at funerals these days. I did it my way, And then some people say, it's my way or the highway. In other words, you ain't gonna do it my way, you take the highway. There's a saying in the States, take a hike. You say that to somebody, oh, they're gonna get angry. Take a hike. It means like, get away from me. We don't agree. Take a hike. And so, Americans can be like that, very direct and abrasive, and So that's why there's road rage today, And hey, I've had my conflicts with people on the road also. And so where am I going to go with this story? So I had my car, and I got some big speakers in that car, and I had a 8-track put in there, for music, songs, and a big bass speaker in the back, And if I didn't have the aircon on, I had the windows down, and I had my different songs. The influence of music really influences people throughout the modern age. So there was this song. What was the name of it? It was called. Gosh, I can't think of it. Bad Company. Oh yeah, of all the songs, the group's name was Bad Company. And I liked the beat of that song or something, but the lyrics of this song, I'm driving my car and I'm singing this song. Now back then I didn't have a girlfriend. I'm 17 years old back then. Didn't even have a girlfriend. And this song is playing, I'm a ready for love. Oh baby, I'm a ready for love. And it's so ridiculous looking back on it. But I like the beat of that, and I'm singing that song, and my basketball teammates, they joking each other all the time and joking me sometimes, and that's how I grew up, and so I wasn't a believer. I believe there's a God. I didn't know him, and I never read the Bible, and sayang, as they say in the Philippines, but that was my upbringing, we just trying to do our best, and have peace of mind, and different kinds of personalities of people. But anyway, fast forward, and I knew there was a whole world out there. Right, that's one thing I knew, and I just realized I want to get out of this little town, and so when I had a chance, I moved and went out of the county. And then fast forward, I ended up in Munich, Germany for 3 years. I got to play pro basketball in Germany. Went over there to see a friend, and then met this taxi driver, and he was like 6'9". Started talking to him, and he gave me a tryout. for his team, and so it just worked out good. And they got me a place to stay and everything, and a transportation allowance, food allowance, and whatnot. Wasn't a lot of money, but I got to travel around, and so basically I did my own thing. In Tagalog, Philippines, kung ano ang gusto kong gawin, yun ang ginagawa ko. Whatever I want to do, that's what I do. And that's like living your own life, however you want to. Like the song, I did it my way, and I was doing it my way. And well, I had a lot of different experiences in Europe. I traveled around, saved money. I traveled to Spain, France, traveled down to Italy. That was my favorite place. But I had a backpack and just solo. Sometimes somebody with me, and so those were those years of exploration. I had a friend back then, and he was in his father was in the Army, and he was selling cars, and his name was Jay. And I lost track of him. I wish I could find him, but his name was Jay, and he was 6'4". He tried to be a tough guy, tried to be like his dad. Anyway, one time we're in an alley. We had gone in the bar, and some guy wanted to fight us, and the guy had a knife, and Jay, he wanted to fight. I'm like, Jay, let's get out of here, and so Jay finally followed me out of there. There was just only one way to get out, the alley, and there's this. The Bible says, I didn't know the Bible then, but it says that a live dog is better than a dead lion. So thank God I had enough sense to get out of there and not fight some idiot with a knife, right? So but Jay had a temper, and one day I'm playing a game of chess with him, and I happened to be pretty good at chess, not great, but I as a kid I played chess. So I moved that queen or whatever, and it was ball game, checkmate. And Jay got angry, and he threw the whole board off the table. The pieces went everywhere, and that's how he was. He had an anger problem. I didn't realize it, but Jay did not believe in God. He didn't believe there's a God, and when he told me that, I was shocked. What, you don't believe in God? I mean, thank God at least I believed there's a God, But he had no faith, no belief in God. One time we're on the Autobahn in Germany, and on that Autobahn you can drive unlimited speed. There's no speed limit. You can go as fast as you want to go in that Autobahn. You get in that fast lane, and some cars, or Mercedes, are doing like 180, 150, 180 miles an hour. And so he had one of his cars from the showroom or whatever, and brand new car. He gets to drive it. We're in that car, and it runs out of gas on Autobahn. So we had to jump out and push that car just in time. We got it off the highway before this car went flying by us at 180 miles an hour. Whew, thank God. Another time the Lord spared my life. Praise God. Because when it ran out of gas, the engine just cut, and you couldn't do nothing. It just suddenly cut off the electric, everything. I don't know. And well, fast forward, I ended up coaching a basketball team on the Army base in Munich, Germany. There's an Army base, and I used to go there to shoot hoops on the weekends and stuff. And but I got to know the officers, and a lot of them had kids, and so they invited me to coach a team. And so fast forward, and there's one boy on my team. His name is John Bauer, and he was a nice little guy, 15 years old. I'm a player for like 15, and he never cussed, he never say bad word. Nice guy, strong guy, good at rebounding. Not that great at basketball, but he could rebound and basic fundamentals. Not the best player, but just a nice kid. And then one day, he died. Yep, he died. Oh my God. Just 15, and he went to sleep. He didn't wake up. He died. And I met his father, and his dad told me, John would read the Bible before he goes to sleep every night. And so lo and behold, the Bible was open next to his bed. And so, they were a Christian family. And his dad had assurance that his son is in heaven. And, I didn't have assurance what would happen to me when I die. And it kind of struck me. And that dad had such peace that I didn't have. And it was a moment in my life where, wow, he had something I didn't have. And it was the peace of God. Yet, I didn't know how to give my life to Christ. I didn't know how to turn to the Lord, really. And so, yeah, I think I began to realize that to do it my way, it might not be the right way. And it might not be the best way. And so fast forward, and I'm back in the United States playing for a college team. And we were at a away game and in a motel. And, the guys were all in one room in a meeting with the coach. I think we had lost a couple of games. And so there was a Gideon's Bible. And I picked up that Bible and I said, hey, maybe we should read this book. And I was joking. And I thought they would laugh. But they didn't. And it shocked me. That was another point. Because my motto back then was, eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die. And so, I was drinking beer. I learned to drink beer in Germany, and I was womanizing and this and that, and so, yeah. So, but God started to work on me, and so I realized that, yeah, I'm gonna die. The eat and drink, be merry part was great, but I thought, for tomorrow we die, that was starting to work on me, because I didn't know what would happen when I die. I had no assurance. So I began to seek God about, afterlife, what happens. And so I went to the library, I got a book on different religions and everything, even started eating just vegetables and stuff, and no meat, vegetarian, and the guys had nicknames for me and stuff. And this was actually the next year of college, the next year of it, playing basketball there. And so anyway,